Right, mate, we're live.
Hello.
Elliot Turner. Thanks for joining us, mate. Another stalwart of the podcast. I've had a few on this week that have appeared multiple times.
How many times have I been? Two or three? Two. I've done two.
Haven't you done three? Didn't we do? Because we did an open review, didn't we?
Did the open one, didn't we? I was here.
Oh.
I was at home, and then I came to your gaff once, didn't I?
Yeah, I'm thinking about because we did the interview style thing for the affiliate series as well. So I'm thinking about that. No. Well, yeah, I think what we'll do, we'll just go through a bit of the CrossFit Games, and then maybe talk about the new direction CrossFit are going in. Which, well, is it a new direction, or are we saying it's an old direction that they've just brought back?
An old direction rebirthed, I think, isn't it?
Yeah, because it's really
not like an old direction.
Yeah, I wonder if Greg's actually buying it back, and that's why they're doing this. That'd be something, wouldn't it?
Maybe that'd be something, wouldn't it?
Yeah, but we'll do that, and then I think it'd be interesting to hear. Obviously, you've got Project as a gym. It'd be interesting to hear how we think that sort of messaging plays into what it does for you as a gym owner. Because we'll come on to that anyway. But because I have some views on that as well. So from a CrossFit Games point of view, since that's what I initially put for us to go through. What did you think? What would you have scored it as a CrossFit Games overall?
What out of 10?
Yeah.
It's difficult because I've been lucky enough to go a few times. I've been 3 times, so in person, watch it live, which is a very different experience from watching it at home on TV. So if I was to rate it against the ones I've watched at home on TV, I'd probably give it a 7 to 8 out of 10.
7 to 8.
So quite high, I'd say. It's been one of the better ones I've watched, not in person, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And did you think that, when you saw the workouts on paper, did you think it were going to end up as good as it was?
I thought the men's field would be tight. I mean, it was like it has been for a few years, hasn't it? Really, there's always been a bit of a fight. And then the women's looked a bit like that for a brief moment, and then it kind of just ran in the direction of Tia again, didn't it? A little bit.
Yeah, but that brief moment was fucking glorious, wasn't it?
What? Sorry.
That brief moment was glorious.
Yeah. Like there was a glimmer. There was like a glimmer from like Friday through early Saturday where you thought, oh, you never know, maybe, and then it kind of just all trended in the same direction as usual.
What do you make of Tia? What's your views on it?
What view of?
The reason I asked that is because I went on a bit of a journey with it. At first I disliked it because I think, she didn't know we went on it together. But
no, I'm going to say, was she part of the journey? Was it just your journey with her?
It was my journey, I guess. But when I first saw Tia. On the Netflix documentary, she would have been a bit of a mad ass, wasn't she? And that was before I kind of understood her personality, maybe, and how competitive she was. So when she was putting herself across as that, she obviously just unhappy and it just came out wrong. And then when she won, I was like, oh, fair play. It validates that how she was. And then when she won a few more times, I was like, oh, fuck me, this is boring. I don't like Tia. And then she's gone past that. And now because she's so dominant and so brilliant, I'm like, I wanted to win and destroy everyone.
I think, on that level, like obviously what she's done and how many times she's won and stuff. I mean, you can't not appreciate that when you understand what it takes, and she's not just won, has she? Either. Do you know what I mean? She's like hammered everyone for God knows how many years. No one's been anywhere near her. And then. I knew that. I don't know. It's just very different. I feel to like what the men's field is now, where the characters in the men's field seem like it's just a different vibe in it. It's very different. She's always been very serious, a bit too clinical for me personally, anyway. If that makes sense, it almost seems like it's a business for her to go and win. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I think that, but I also think I don't know if she's becoming more human or because of the journey I've been on with her. I feel like she has. But hearing her promote CrossFit hearing her back Dave. And then there's a few snippets coming out already from behind the scenes where she's talking to Pedro and a few other people that have looked pretty good. But what's Jake saying? Jake's saying Tia's an ancient witch that steals the souls of young people to stay young. She's actually 4,000 years old. She's played by Glenn Close. You know what? He could be right. You know, Jake has got a lot of insight.
I just wish she'd smile more, to be honest.
Yeah.
Just like, just, I don't know, just don't be so serious all the time.
Mate,
there's a time and the place. Don't get me wrong. There is a time and the place, but I mean,
I was going to say that's an interesting take from you, mate.
Yeah, she's a bit of a. Maybe I am a bit like that, to be fair. But she is a misery, and if I'm saying that, then
yeah. So like, I thought it was good to see her win, and like, I think it's just one of them, innit? You know, we'll obviously never understand what the female body has to go through pregnancy and that, but to come back and pick those levels straight up again, it's just fucking. That's what blows my mind.
Yeah. That's why I say, like, you can't not appreciate how good she is and how good she's been and how dominant she's been for such a long period of time.
Yeah. And who's your man on that side? I know it was thrown in, but have you got a sort of favourite on the male side now that you were looking out for that you wanted to do well?
He's still thrown in, mate.
Still thrown in.
He's still thrown. I'm still hoping he comes back.
Mate, I think he'd done pretty well, wasn't he? They weren't that front squat weren't that heavy, was it? I think he might have been all right. Back squat, he'd just had to take an L, but he'd have been all right on rest of it.
Yeah, I think right now in this given moment, I don't know. You can't not like Colin Mertens, can you?
No, he isn't.
You can't not like him. I mean, the guy back squatted, what was it, 570 pounds?
Yeah,
it's absolutely ridiculous. So I don't know. It's mad. It's bonkers.
And I think with him, he's got that similar sort of, because he's not winning. People don't understand how hard he works and how good he is to be as good as he is at that size, do they?
Yeah.
Because he is way too small to be anywhere near the top 20 world's best CrossFitters. And that just shows a work ethic that's just incredible to me. Yeah.
And I mean, he's very and a bit like going back to he is very serious, isn't he? Like, he takes it very seriously, but I don't know, there's something very different about him. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. I think I don't know, like I consume a lot more of the podcast space and that than you do, because having 3 kids in a gym to run, I think you're a little bit busy. But like I maybe see a different side of him, because when he's on with Savon and Taylor and all that, he is very human and he does have a good laugh, and I do find that quite funny to see. And I think some of his posts on that,
like, I've seen snippets of that outside of the competitive, like at the CrossFit. Like, he's very serious when he needs to be serious, which is what you want to be, isn't it? And then on the other side of the spectrum, he's got that sense of humor and that ability to do the other side of things as well. But I mean, you can't not like that guy. I mean, I think it's great. I mean, the way he came out in the Open this year and just absolutely kind of ruined everyone, and then everyone gave him a load of shit about that rowing workout at the end, and then he just did exactly the same. Like, everyone's like, "Oh, I'll be no good at this one." All that rowing, like, "Oh yeah, watch this."
So like you said at the start there, you've been to 3 different locations for the CrossFit Games.
Yeah.
Which is your favourite location out of Carson, Madison and Fort Worth? Obviously Fort Worth probably a little bit of a dampener on given.
Probably. I mean, the games itself, like the event, it's got to be LA. So that was 2016. That was the last year that it was at Carson. So I think it was it the 10th year, or was that the 2017 at Madison, the 10th year? I don't know. It was the 10th year, because they went back to. On the Wednesday or the Thursday, they went back to the ranch for those like undisclosed events that no one could go and watch. Joey, they did the heavy wall ball GHD run up the hill jobby. And they did the trail run into the deadlift ladder, but they went reverse order. So they went, whoever won the trail run got the most rest. They went last on the deadlift ladder, and whoever came last on the trail run went first on the deadlift ladder. But Sam Dancer came dead last on the trail run, I think, out of all the males and females, and then pulled some kind of ridiculous deadlift, having had about 15 minutes rest. So yeah, that's got to be the year. Just like the the tennis stadium and like the venue itself and the events. And for me, at the time, it was like the people that were there competing. Like you've got your Ben Smith, your Josh Bridges, those kinds of people. I sound ancient now, but like in my age, they were the guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, whereas now, I'm not detached from it as such now, but I'm a little bit further away from it, if that makes sense.
Yeah. And that's just through circumstance, I guess, because there's more stuff out there than ever before, isn't there? Like, if you've got the time to consume it. Like, that's where I managed to catch up on so much when I'm doing my zone 2 or if I'm going for a walk. And I love it. I love, like, hearing Stavon and Jake and them lot talk to people. And the ones that... And I think that's why I think I don't know if it was Jake I spoke to about it this week. We're saying that you feel more connected to some of the athletes now because they're becoming more relatable and real by actually trying to promote the sport, trying to promote the methodology, trying to promote themselves.
There's more out there to watch, like the behind the scenes stuff, which there was back then. You know, like 2016 time. I mean, the Road to the Games thing came back this year, didn't it? Like all the Road to the Games stuff that used to be on, and like I'd sit down religiously and watch that. I mean, I've watched all these ones, but yeah, definitely. And then the trip that we went on, they were all very different. All 3 trips. Obviously, we did LA, then we did Madison. That was with you, so that was a great trip. Obviously, 2019.
Obviously, mate.
Obviously. And that was cool. I like Madison. That was a cool venue. Like it was a really cool venue. And then obviously last year went to Fort Worth as well. And again, that was a cool venue. It was just the circumstance, I guess, that shaded it, I suppose.
Yeah, you weren't allowed to enjoy it, really. It was frowned upon to even smile, weren't it? Like, let alone anything else. Which well, less said about that, the better. I mean, that camp of like someone died, and that is fucking tragic and terrible. But also, like, people are there, and if if people want to enjoy what they're doing, it doesn't mean that they don't care that someone died. And I felt bad for people, like some of the athletes getting shit for celebrating after working hard to win. And it's just but that's the nature of life today, I guess, isn't it?
Yeah.
And then let's have a quick look at the programming then. So rather than actually go through the programming, out of all the workouts at the games, which one would you like to have a stab at and think that you might or even had a nibble at any of them at?
Which I like to have a stab at. Well, there wasn't a swimming event, which is a shame.
Excelled at,
because I'd have beat them all at swimming.
Well, even Yonikoski, he had a bit of a...
He might give me a good race. He might give me a good race. It'd have to be a pure swim, nothing else. Nothing out of the pool, just a pure swim. And then it might have been a fair race. But if we'd have had to get out and do any kind of running or anything like that, it'd been all over. I don't know. Probably for me, it'd have to be. I mean, I'd had a good run at the snatch shuttle run workout. Like cycling a kind of moderate heavy barbell for me is good, and obviously I can handle. What was it, a 200-foot run?
Yeah,
I can handle that. That's about my distance. And then I mean the first one as well. Obviously the run row. I'm not a bad runner. I'm just a steady runner. Like I've got like third gear, nothing else. So I'd be all right at that, and I'm an half decent rower. So out of the events, they're the two I'd like to perhaps have a run at, and see where it put me.
And when you look at programming, because obviously you program all the comps for the project, you'll tweak the programming that you get from comp train to make sure it fits what you want. Like even today, you've helped me. You've looked at my workouts for Defiant ones and gone, yeah, they're not bad, but is a completely different batch that make it better. What do you look at when you're when you're programming for the project comps? What is it you're trying to do? Like what's the overall goal from that?
I think for me, like obviously been around for a good while now, like the simpler the workout, sometimes the better the outcome, if that makes sense. Like there didn't need to be anything fancy, particularly like, I don't know, for example, at the CrossFit Games, like it's the people that are taking part in the workout that make the event. The event doesn't make like the atmosphere and stuff like that. It's the race. And there was some workouts at the games this year where I don't know, like there was the parallel handstand push-up workout. And I get, obviously, stuff like that, it has to be there. But it took away from the enjoyment of the event from a spectator point of view, I thought, anyway. Like, because everything else that was within that workout, the echo bike and the yoke that came before and obviously afterwards, after the parallel handstand push-ups, just completely dominated that workout. Because they were so hard. And I understand stuff like that does have to be there. But for like the general population, like what we're doing, the simpler and the easier it can be to follow, usually the better the workout, if that makes sense. And it's got to look right. I hate looking at workouts that the numbers and the movements that are together just don't make sense. Like I can't. That's one pet peeve of mine. Like if the numbers are random, it's just gets my back up.
It's looking in its entirety as well, isn't it? Because like when I sent you them today, I had wall balls in first workout and weighted squats in second. You're like, you're just doing the same thing twice in a row. What are you doing? I'm like, oh yeah, but
You've got the movements have got to complement each other in the workout, unless you're looking for something that directly interferes, depending on what you're looking to get from that particular workout. And then obviously you've got to look at if you're putting together multiple workouts across a day or a weekend or whatever it is. You've got to make sure that they're evenly distributed in terms of movement. What are the movements? Are they evenly distributed? And two, like, is timing evenly distributed as well? Like, have you got something short? Have you got something a bit longer? And a couple of things in that middle range. Like for us, when we do the project events, like we always try and do something a bit longer. We always try and do something a little bit shorter, sprinty style, and then we always try and have two tests that are like, I don't know, call it classic CrossFit for the want of a better word, but like two like mixed modal kind of tests that are somewhere in kind of that 8 to 12 minute range.
Yeah, that was one of my favorites of all the summer, the duo this past July that you did, when the hay bale to start was just good because it was just different. And then the last workout of class as well. What was the last workout again? I can't remember. It was the shuttle box over and C2 back with no seat.
With no seat, down for 10.
Yeah, and it just
leg to finish.
Yeah,
that was a good one. Yeah, but like nice sprint at the end kind of thing.
Yeah, because at the end you just want, and also I guess at the end, if you've got a tight race, you want them people going head to head on something that they can see the light at the end of the tunnel. They can push and they can put a show on them. Can't
it's like that. It wasn't a complicated workout. I can't remember the exact numbers, but it was like box jump over, shuttle run, bike kick. I mean, it's not a spectacular workout, but it made for a great event for people to take part in and for people to watch because there was a great race at the end.
Yeah.
Which I think sometimes is important, and sometimes it's forgotten about by a lot, if that makes sense. They try and the fancier the programming or the fancier the movement, the better the workout. Sometimes it's not always the case.
Yeah. No, I agree, mate. Right, that's that CrossFit bits and bobs done from the games and stuff. So what I'm going to do now, mate.
What was your favourite games you went to? I was going to ask you.
Oh, so
Madison or
I've only done Madison and Albany. So Albany as a place is, well, it's a shithole, like, to be honest.
Right, okay.
But I stayed in a decent enough hotel, and the actual venue, when you were in it as a spectator, I thought was absolutely incredible. So and I don't know why, but I preferred Albany to Madison from an experience point of view because it was just all in one place. Yeah. Now, I'm not a sun worshipper. When I was sat outside in Madison, I was baking, mate.
Melting.
And that to me just takes a little bit of the fun away because I was like looking forward to the evening workouts that were inside. So for me, being in one place, and I also think being on my own, I could just go and do whatever I wanted. I didn't have to consider anyone else. And I didn't have to worry that, if I didn't want to watch this workout, I didn't have to. Yeah. And so
you're saying you didn't like going with me then? 29.
Yeah, to be honest, mate, now I could do without it, but but it was just nice for me, and that time on my own we're good. We're good for
me.
But yeah, I did. And what I liked about Madison is because we all stayed in that big house, it was good after. But I think during, it was it was a better experience from a sort of, you just got there, everything was there, you could walk around, everything was accessible, you didn't have to be outside in the heat. Yeah, I just thought it was good. And I just think that you always get a better atmosphere in an arena, don't you? Even though it was
definitely.
At some stages it was only half full, the noise those half a stadium made was pretty spectacular. So it was, I'd say that. But yeah, Albany is a city.
Out of the two you've been to, what about the ones you've watched? Like you've ever watched? What's your?
I don't know. Like I liked. Was it which was the one with the cargo net? Was that 2018? Or 2020? Yeah, it must have been
17 or 18, wasn't it?
Yeah, that for me,
the Rescue Randy, that job.
Yeah,
or the obstacle course.
The obstacle course.
Oh, where it was like elimination.
Yeah, I like
great
that.
Obstacle course race. So they climbed up the cave-in ladder to finish and hit the buzzer.
Yeah, and that for me, because that were about the time I was getting really into it. Yeah, and I'd watched a Netflix documentary where Fraser had come second. So then it was like his turn to, you know what I mean? So that was for me, that were really, I don't know, I felt invested in it because I supported someone, you know what I mean? I wanted them to win. So yeah, that for me, watching with that one, definitely. And I think there were just some good workouts in that. That cargo net were interesting and different.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that, mate. Right. What I'm going to do now for the 5 viewers, in case they haven't seen it. So I'm going to play.
Is that how many people are watching?
Yeah, 5 live, mate. That's pretty good, that.
Is that good?
Yeah, normally I'm begging for views after the fact. So the fact there's a few on is a bonus. But
can you see who he's watching? Can you see who it is?
No, don't tell me who they are.
Oh, that's a
sometimes they comment like I thought Nathan had been in comments chatting some shit, but not.
He'll be upset. He'll be upset. I didn't train at 3:30 today.
You'd already done it. What were you doing? Golfing?
No. I took the girls for a picnic.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah, lovely.
So there's the new ad that CrossFit have come out with, and so what I'm going to do before we delve into it, I'm just going to play it. This is the first time I've ever shared anything, so let's see if I can actually do it.
Hopefully it goes well.
Oh, look at that. It's like I've done it before.
No, who did that? Was that you? Was that your man behind the scenes, or?
Yeah, I've got someone, mate. I've got my very own Caleb. Right. Steve.0. Right, let's have a look. Did you hear that?
I can when it played. Yeah, you've paused.
Yeah, I was just making sure.
All right.
How long are you going to listen to a society that tells you that there's an easy way? Listen to me. There is no quick fix. They're telling us it's a pill, it's an injection, it's this, it's that. No, it's hard work. Your future health is based on the decision you make today. You don't have to be the quickest, the strongest. You just need to take charge. Yes, optimal health can be a reality. Yes, it's yours, but you got to get up and you got to go get it. It's yours, but you got to put in the work. It's yours, but you got to grind. All it takes is you making a decision right now, because practice makes permanent.
That gets me, that, mate.
I know.
Yeah, I think, I don't know, like that. Like I love stuff like that. It's like it's sort of. I'm quite a motivated and reasonably disciplined person. I've been a bag of shit for the last probably 6 weeks, to be honest. But like just seeing that, I've been on a class every day since. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you know, I'm a bit of a cherry picker. I've been 4 days in a row on a class, and it's like, I don't know, it just reminds you of why you're doing it. And I just think that messaging as well is just, it's powerful. It's just so good. And I think that me personally, I maybe didn't see that messaging, because when I came onto the scene in terms of coming to the gym and then all that kind of stuff, it was probably at the back end of Greg's reign, which meant those sort of messages were waning a little bit. And then obviously when it got bought out by private equity and they installed that Fanny as CEO, that then all that messaging disappeared, and it was about happiness that can't be measured as opposed to progress and fitness that can.
Yeah.
So I missed that, but I because I consume a lot of information in the scene, I knew that was the undertone and they were the rumblings and they were the reasons people got into it. So I kind of knew it existed, but never saw it. And that
never seen it.
Yeah, it just makes me, even then I was just sat smiling at the screen. It just makes me want to just go and do a workout now. Like What about you?
Like we said then at the very start of the podcast, like when we briefly discussed what we're going to go on to, it feels like it's nothing new. It's nothing new, but it's just nothing that's been portrayed or put out there in any recent years. Like, it seems, I mean, I can't even remember last time I saw something like that come out from CrossFit. And that's like when I got into it in like 2014, that's what got me going, if that makes sense. Seeing stuff like that, and it just rings true, if that makes sense. And I mean, I've been doing it now for 11 years, and I know there's a bunch of other people that started back then that are still doing it to this day. And they're the people that we want to try and get into the gyms, into the CrossFit gyms. Those people that see the value in it and are going to do it for the rest of their life. If you're not, like, I don't know, be converted, if that makes sense, as opposed to like the messaging over the last kind of 5-6 years maybe has been like a bit wishy-washy, like trying to be for everyone. Like we want everyone to come to the gym, and this is for, well, it is for everyone, but you've got to be a certain type of person to want to continue to do it, because it's hard. You have to be willing, and not everyone is.
And that's the saying, isn't it? It's for anyone, not for everyone. That's
and it is for anyone. And they say that, like, it is for anyone, and for you've got to see the value in it, and you've got to take some responsibility, which not a lot of people do in the day and age that we live in. People don't take responsibility for their own health and fitness and stuff like that. But I think the messaging that's come out, kind of, was it start of this week kind of thing, it's going to attract the right people, if that makes sense. Like, because from an affiliate point of view, like, we obviously, people come and go from the gym. They come and go all the time, and some people stay longer than others. And it's the people that stay for a long time that we want to be attracting, and they're the right types of people, if that makes sense. The people that the old messaging was not necessarily attracting, but like speaking to, aren't the people that are going to be doing CrossFit for the next 10 years. They have a go at it for like 6, 12, 18 months, and then they move on to the next thing because they think they can find something that works better for less effort. Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. And it's interesting you say that, because I was thinking about it from a slightly different point of view. So I was thinking, would the affiliates embrace this message, given it's probably discluding a high percentage of the population? But like you just said then, which I never thought about, it's actually appealing to those that are going to come and stick it out. And they're the ones that pay the bills, the members, your core base of members that are going to come through thick and thin, whatever. So actually, it plays into that as opposed to against it, doesn't it?
It doesn't necessarily, I don't think it like discludes anyone. I just think, because I think anyway, like, regardless of the, people will come and try it because of how effective it is. Like, I know a lot of fit people, and the lot of fit people that I know do CrossFit. Like, that's the bottom line. Like, there's no other solution in the fitness industry that's as effective as doing CrossFit on a regular basis for an infinite amount of time. Like, and I'll say it till I'm blue in the face, and people can try and change my mind, and they won't. Like, if you think you've got something better, come and prove it. Like, they're not going to do it. They're not going to do it. But then people come into the gym, and then the program itself, it self-selects anyway. It self-selects because it's hard. People who don't like doing hard things, they don't hang around anyway. And that's what builds the community that you have in CrossFit gyms, because people who come, do hard things. They do hard things together, and they appreciate each other's effort, and that's what builds this. I know you love the word, the community.
It is my favourite word, mate.
It is. You love it,
but it does, doesn't it? Like, I just think that, like, I think about some of the people now that I spend my time with and who I want to spend my time with. I would never have met if it weren't for CrossFit. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And that's just mental to me. And then the work ethic. And it's that responsibility thing. Like I said a minute ago, I've been training, but I've not been as disciplined with my diet and alcohol. I've drunk a little bit more than I normally would over the last 6 weeks. But I'm in that camp of like, it's kind of okay because I know that I'm eyes wide open, if you know what I mean. I'm not blaming nothing. I'm not, it'd be easy to say, well, I went away, so I just thought between that holiday and that holiday, I've been fucking bang at a road of it.
You're in control. You're consciously making those decisions. Some people have no control whatsoever.
But before that, before I did CrossFit, and it isn't just, obviously I had the ability in me to be disciplined, but I never found something that brought it out, whatever I did. So I would always find a reason, an excuse, or it'd be someone else's fault until I started to do hard things on a regular basis and realize, oh, there is a reward for hard things, but to do hard things and to appreciate the value in hard things, you have to also take responsibility for when you're not doing the hard things to the capacity or the ability that you're capable of. Yeah. And that comes with it, doesn't it? And that's really empowering.
That's results driven, right? You've remained disciplined and continue to remain disciplined with you the all-encompassing training, eating, nutrition kind of thing. And like you said, like the last few weeks, like, you've made a conscious decision to like go and have a bit of fun, which is fine. Like, I'm not saying that isn't fine, but you've seen the results of the program. So that keeps you coming back. Like, but a lot of people, they don't do it consistently enough for a long enough time to see the results that they're looking for. So then they bat onto something else and they go looking for something in the woods that they're not going to find because they don't do it consistently enough for a long enough period of time to see any results. Like I said to you, like it's so simple. It's so simple. It's almost so simple that like I speak a lot to like new potential members and stuff, and I say like right, if you come to the gym 3 to 5 times a week for an infinite amount of time, like it's going to make an unbelievable impact. Like an unbelievable impact. And they're like, is that it? I'm like, yeah, that's it. Like come to a CrossFit gym 3 to 5 times a week for the rest of your life. You'll be good. Like, but do you know what I mean? It's a hard sell, isn't it? Simple, not easy. That's the problem, isn't it?
And that, I love that at the end of that video that we just watched, practice makes permanent. And that's so powerful. Don't be surprised if you see that in the Defiant tee by end of year, mate.
What's the other one? What's my favourite one?
Your only limit is you.
Oh, God. Yeah, that one. Jesus.
I remember when I first got that design up, you were like, no one will buy that. It's cheesy as fuck. No one likes it. Bestseller. Went, But, mate, and I know you did. But like the thing is with that, what makes me laugh about you not liking that message, you embody that message, and we all do that do CrossFit and that do the hard stuff you've been talking about, because all that stuff you've mentioned and we've both talked about with such passion over the last 2 or 3 minutes is us recognizing that we are in control of our destiny, and if we don't do it, no one will do it, and that is that message, mate. So I'm going to get you one. I'm going to get you.
Don't do that. Don't do that. Jesus Christ, you never see that again.
So like you were saying then, when you have chats with prospective members, do you when you start saying those things to them and what they're going to have to do, is it a case of, can you tell in those conversations early on whether someone's going to stick it out or not by how they react to what you're saying to them? Then?
We do a good job down the project. Like, classes are good. We're good at introing people. Like, we've got a good system in place that gets people on board and stuff. But even then, you can't do it for someone. You can't do it. You can't make them do something they don't want to do, if that makes sense. I always say, like, you can take the horse to water, but you can't make it drink. And it's so true. And and yeah, you can tell, like someone signs up or whatever, and you know, not exactly how long they'll be around for, but you know who's going to stick around and perhaps who isn't. And then some people surprise you. Like there's plenty of people that have been around long enough now to you formulate opinion, and some people don't fit that mold and they stay for an infinite amount of time. And you just, I don't know, they maybe like you, for example, they stick around just long enough doing the hard things consistently enough to start seeing those results, and then it becomes like that discipline that you talk about comes out of them, and it's just like it's like brushing your teeth, isn't it? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. Like you brush your teeth in the morning, you brush your teeth at night. Like you don't think about doing it. Like I don't think about training now. Like I train 5, maybe 6 times a week. Like, and it isn't a chore for me. It's hard. Don't get me wrong. It's hard, and not every day. It's not every day that I want to go in and train, but I still do it. I still do the job because I understand call it sacrifice, call it whatever you want. I understand the benefit and the result on the other side of it. How you get someone else to see that without them like physically seeing it in a performance metric or whatever it is they're coming to train for, how you get them to see that before it happens. I don't know. Maybe that's the magic potion.
And do you think then that, in fact, I can tell you a story on this one, I guess, because do you think that the best motivation for someone to become a member and stay a member for those periods of time that you're talking about is their desire to become fitter over everything else, over aesthetics, I guess it's aesthetics if you've got a wedding or a holiday coming up, all those types of things? Do you think it's the desire to be fitter? And the reason I ask you that is when I got back from Greece and continued to be a bit of a twat, obviously I could see myself in the mirror and I could see I'd put the weight on. I'd done the in-body. The in-body showed me the in-depth nature of what a twat I'd been. And I was like, well, it is what it is. And then I did a workout that I'd done 6 weeks previously. That was a longish workout with an AMRAP of burpees was the score. And I was about 25 to 30 burpees short of the score I got 6 weeks prior. And that was when I went, what the fuck have you done to yourself? You know, because to me, it was the fitness that I'd lost that embarrassed me as opposed to the weight and the muscle mass and all that kind of stuff. So do you think that the true motivator or discipline comes from a desire to be fit rather than anything else?
I think it varies. It varies from person to person. I mean, all you'd have to do is walk into one class at the project. Everyone's there for different reasons, aren't they? Of course, I'm there for a different reason to you are. You're there for a different reason to somebody else is. And as long as that need has been satisfied, someone's going to continue to do the thing, right? Like you know that you did that workout and then you redid that workout, having had a couple of weeks of a not ideal training and nutrition situation, and you saw that what happened, and then that's what motivates you, if that makes sense. Some people they're not necessarily bothered about performance as such. Like we obviously use Boxmate. Shout out to Boxmate for all the viewers and subscribers. And we use that for people to track progress and put workout scores in. But out of the 280 members that use Boxmate with us, how many of them are tracking workouts and progress? I don't know, 50%. And we say it till we're blue in the face at the end of class, every single class. Like whoever's coaching says, make sure you put your score in Boxmate, whether it be the strength piece from the day or whatever, the workout from the day. So you've got something to compare to. And some people just aren't interested in that. Some people come for aesthetics, weight loss. Some people come so they can, like on a deeper level, maybe they want to be fit enough to go out and play with the kids. You know what I mean? Like that kind of stuff. I think it varies vastly, but as long as the need and the desire has been satisfied by the training program, that's where the magic happens. That's where consistency and discipline comes. Other than that, people go and try and find something else. And I'm I feel like there isn't. I truly believe there is nothing else that's more efficient at improving fitness than CrossFit 3 to 5 times a week. Like there isn't. And I don't know what your opinion is, but I just don't think there is. I know you love a bit of a zone 2, but I mean,
yeah, I just like that because I have the time to do it. But there's nothing like going in to a class, being around, like I have done last few mornings, like being around people like Logan that I didn't even know before project, and having that banter with him between the warm up and the workout, and then after the workout. So that's what CrossFit is. It's working out with people as much as the workout. So that, but also, I just I like the zone 2 stuff. I do like that, and I think that helped me a lot when I got pneumonia. I felt it helped me build my lungs up, and then I just got into a bit of a habit of doing that. So there's a time and a place for it. But obviously, when like you say, when I come in and do a hard workout, at least 3 times a week, then your fitness is just.
If you had 3 to 5 hours a week to train.
Oh yeah, 100%.
You had 3 to 5 eggs. What basket you putting them in?
Exactly that. Yeah, you're right. Because I have more time than most because I don't have kids and I don't have a missus. I can sit like tonight. I got on bike at 5 o'clock and did an hour of zone 2. But if you told me I only had an hour in my day today, I would have definitely spent it at projects on that class that I did this morning. And
that done consistently. Like I do the program at the gym. I follow it religiously 5 maybe 6 days a week if I'm lucky, but I don't do anything else. That's what I do, and I've been doing it since 2014, and so what's that? Nearly 11 years, isn't it? 10 and a bit years, nearly 11. So I think I started I watched the games in 2014 and started it pretty much directly after that. So yeah, pretty much 11 years, and I'm fitter now than I've ever been, and I'm 11 years older. And I know at the start you're not as fit, but let's say, give me 6 years of CrossFit experience. Where would I have been then? So what's that? 6 years ago, 2019. And I'd have been 27, 26, 27. Well, I'm fitter now at 33. I mean, the results speak for themselves, surely.
Yeah. Well, I think that I'm maybe 2 months ago, but it's coming back and it's not going to be long. But I'm the fittest I've ever been in my entire life. And I used to play football and swim a lot when I was 16, 17. And I maintained that up until I started, experimenting again with a bit of ale. I definitely were the fittest I've ever been. I felt fitter. I looked better than I'd ever looked. You know what I mean? And all those things. And that's at 42. I didn't start till I was 37, 38. And I've done it in that time. So that's another plus point for it. When people say, well, when you get older, it's not as easy. Well, it's not as easy if you want to say that it's too hard. Anything's like that, innit? And I'm proof that age is just, and then, you look at some of the other people that come down the project that are, again, much older, that are probably the fittest they've ever been in their lives. And it's, it is just something that if you do it consistently is gonna yield the results. And I fucking love it. I love it. And I love the messaging that's coming out. I love the fact they've got ahead of the open and told us when that's going to be. I love it all. One funny thing I did see on because I like to look at the comments, to see if they've upset any of the woke fucking woke brigade. And one woman had commented, "I really like this, but was there any? I love this messaging, but was there any need to curse?" And it was so you don't love the messaging then? Just shut up and go away. But I feel I swear a lot. It's just part of my vocabulary. But they're the kind of things you want it to do. That you want it to take charge. That fuck the quick fix is such a powerful message because it's not only the words. It's not saying screw the quick fix. When you swear, and I know there's a time and a place for it, but when you swear in a something like that, it has the desired impact and it makes you take notice more, and it really does appeal to those people who are fucking come on. And do
you think the message of the quick fix thing is intentionally time appropriate as well? I don't know. I don't but obviously in this country, this injection thing that every Tom, Dick, and Harry seems to be doing now. Do you think that played a part, or do you just think it's coincidence?
Maybe because Yeah, it could be, because, you know, if you can offer an alternative to people stripping the bone density, then you kind of want to, don't you? Like, the point of CrossFit was created, Greg created it to make the world a healthier place. And these quick fixes, if you've got to think, can't you? If something appears or sounds too good to be true, then it is. Like, there's no two ways about it. If you can lose a stone in a week, then that's not fucking normal, and that's not okay, and that it's not sustainable. And those types of quick fixes, the problem with those, and I tried all of them. I've even said to you, remember when I turned up to the gym, and I've said it on here before, in that fat suit? I'd ordered this fat suit thing from China that you wore under your top. That was the kind of person I were. And if you get results from something that you've not put the work in to get, when the dust settles and you're back to just you will fucking waste yourself again, because those results, you haven't earned them. And if you don't earn something, you don't understand the value in it. If you don't understand the value in it, you just give it away. And
you don't know how to do it, do you?
No, because you haven't learned, have you? You haven't learned. You haven't learned the process of
the process. And the process is the most important thing.
Yeah. So process. Can we put that? How do we get that into practice makes permanent? Hashtag the process. There we go.
The process.
So right, what we got coming up at Project, mate? Let's end on a what's happening at Project, and then we'll let you.
What we got coming up? So we've got Summer Social, which is going to be cool. I love that every year. It's great. Little team of 4 event in-house. Just Sunday
Who you
morning.
with? Have you got your team lined up yet?
Well, no, I put my name on the sheet. Just me. Team member number 1, Elliot Turner. And I've asked a few people, and they've all just giggled at me, which is a bit disheartening, isn't it?
I'm with Stacey, Richie Harold, and Charlie.
Right,
that's my other team.
So I'm still wandering around with 3 contracts to sign. So I'm on the hunt for some team members. So yeah, that'll be cool. Team of 4, 3 workouts in the morning, then we always fire the barbecue up in like the early afternoon. Put some sausages on and chill out. We're lucky down at the project. We've got a nice outdoor space that everyone tends to sit out. Fingers crossed we have some good weather. Sits out on a couple of beers and a couple of beers, going back to nutrition and training. A couple of beers and a hot dog. But yeah, once in a while doesn't matter, does it?
No bun, and we're all right.
Or just a lettuce leaf.
Yeah, and a sausage.
And no dog. And then what else we got? We're doing a little high rock simulation. We're jumping on the bandwagon with everyone else. Seems to be the thing to do. So we're going to run one of them again. We're blessed with space and equipment down at the project, so we've got everything that we need in house to run the event pretty easily. And we've got a bunch of members who were going to do the thing, either in Birmingham or London. So it's giving them a great opportunity to have a little run through, have a practice. We've got a bunch of members who want to go and do them, but just can't get tickets because they're just like gold dust, aren't they, at the minute? Yeah. Or they get a ticket and the start time's horrendous, like 7:30 p.m. on a Saturday evening or whatever. Go and knock your tripe out for an hour and a half. Like, my absolute worst nightmare. Like, I'm more a cup of tea and sit down on the sofa. More like. So we're running that on the 27th of September, which will be cool. And then we've got the triplet, so the third and final comp of the year, which I think is the 18th of October. So teams of 3, and that's like open to anyone. So I've not really pushed that yet. I need to get on that. It's on the never-ending list of jobs to do.
Yeah, these teams grow, don't they? I'm looking forward to Summer Social. I know you briefly mentioned it then, but the good thing about them comps when we're doing them, like when you put people together, that further, I know the buzzword of community, but you're then working out and doing stuff with people that you wouldn't necessarily. Like, I know Richie, Charlie, and Stace pretty well, but like, you know, there are teams that will just end up coming together because they put the names down, you put them in teams together, and it's like it's so good, and then you just make friends and you've got more.
No, it's good, and obviously the way it's formatted, like it's never a foregone conclusion. Like, you don't turn up on the day and think, "Oh God, they're going to win," because we try and level the playing field best we can. So everyone's got a shot, which is always good. Like, you always see the podium every year, and there's people on there that perhaps one never have expected to be up on the podium, which is like, that's what it's about, isn't it? Like,
again, well, the strongest teams get absolutely filled in, don't they? Because they get the heaviest weights and everything. They have the worst day out of everyone.
That's how it should be. That's how it should be. So it's
That's
always.
why no one wants to go with you, mate.
Maybe. Yeah, it's always good. It's always good, and not even that, like people becoming team members with people they perhaps wouldn't like. Obviously, there'll be loads of members down at the gym that come together on that day that perhaps never see each other. Like, obviously, the nature of it is like the class basis of it is like we have a 5:30 class in the morning and we have a 7:30 p.m. class at night. Yeah, there is some crossover, obviously, but 9 times out of 10, most people like they do the 6:30 class, or they do the 5 p.m. class, or there's only a few people that cross over and meet multiple people. Like, so it's good in that sense as well. It kind of gets everyone together. Like, you see people who you perhaps didn't know. Like, it's always funny. Like, there's people who come to the gym who know each other that don't know come to the gym. Like, they've never spoken about what they do for the gym, and they just come at completely different times, and then they come to the summer social like, oh, I didn't know you trained at the project. Been training here for like 2 years. So that's always
never
cool.
done an R5 class, mate.
It's one of them, mate. I mean, obviously I coach the 5:30 class, and I actually, if necessity means I have to do it, I go and do it. I went last Wednesday, actually. We were going out for my middle daughter's birthday, Peggy's birthday, for the day. So it was kind of 5:30 or nothing. And it was like, the workout was like back squats. And then, there was a strength piece, some back squats. And then the workout was like rowing over barbell burpees, and then max front squats at 70 kilos. So it's not exactly. It's not exactly
what an morning job.
It's not an R5 morning job. That no. I mean, it was more of a survival job than anything else. But it was one of the, like, I had to dig. If I didn't go at that time, I wouldn't have done it. So something was better than nothing. And 9 times out of 10, I always think like the thought process of going at that time is worse than actually doing the thing. Like, once I was up, I was in the car and I was at the gym, and I was like, we were warming up. Like, Albie was delivering the warm up. Like, I'm in then. I'm in. My body's feeling better by the minute. Like, I'm then doing my back squats, and I'm actually, you forget that it's 5:45 in the morning. Like, most people are still in bed.
I love training at that time. I love training early, but there's certain things I'm not doing. I don't like lifting anything remotely heavy. Well, I can't lift anything remotely heavy before you jump in and say it. But any kind of heavy barbell or moderately heavy barbell, I'm like, just give me one nice big cardio slog. That's why I love Project 45s in the morning. Because it can only be as heavy as a kettlebell or a dumbbell is, and I like that. That's what I want. I want some
a bit of a mover.
Yeah, and Nave asking if I'm coming in the morning at 6:30 for me tomorrow, mate. I won't be on the 5:30, so see you on the crossover.
He's going to come at 5:30 in the morning, leave me at 3:30 on my own.
Who knows?
He's going to pay me back for today without telling me. he'd be upset. He'd be taking that out on me.
He will, mate. So that's that then. And then, have we got Christmas party booked yet? Is that booked? Because
Christmas party's booked. Yeah, first Friday of December, whatever that is. I think it's like the 5th, maybe. So we're going to Real Time Live this year, which should be cool. Quite central in Chesterfield for those that know it. Yeah. So that'd be good. Usual vibe, like a bit of a presentation at the start, and then a few beers, and we've got karaoke, which would be good. Which is always fun.
Yeah, a few people tend to come into their own on that, don't they?
Oh yeah. So that'll be exciting. That's always a good night, and Friday's always good because people tend to come a bit more. What's the word? Compos mentis, is it? Like, they're not absolutely hammered from going out all day on Saturday, turn up at the Christmas party at 7 p.m. and like can't stand or speak. So that's why we've always done it on a Friday. Everyone has to go to work, and there's less time for people to get drunk before I try and stand up there with a mic and do a presentation. And
I don't know what Stacey's covering her eyes up then. The fact that she's the one that's drunk all day, or the fact that she's the one that's like a cat through a lawnmower on karaoke. What do you think she's claiming?
Could be both.
Yeah, maybe it's a bit of both. Right, mate. Before we descend into any further chaos and have a go at any other, or I have a go at any other members, we'll call it there. Cheers for jumping on.
No worries, mate.
And I'll see you in the morning.
I'll see you at the gym tomorrow.
Yes. I'll just end it, mate. And